Gout Gout is only 18, but he just did something Usain Bolt could never do as a teen. He ran faster, way faster, and Bolt didn't cheer, he warned him. What Bolt said next could change this kid's whole future. Here's what happened. On April 12, 2026, at Sydney Olympic Park, Gout Gout blazed the 200 meters in 19.67 seconds. He was 18 years old. That run smashed a record that stood for over 20 years. Bolt ran 19.93 seconds as a 17-year-old back in 2004. He'd never beat that time as a teen. Gout Gout just crushed it. He beat Bolt's best teen time by 26/100ths of a second. He also broke the under-20 world record, taking down American Ariane Knighton's mark of 19.69 seconds. And this wasn't his first big moment this year. 6 weeks before that, at a small meet in Brisbane called the Dane Bird Smith Shield, Gout ran his first 100 meters of the season. He hit 10.00 seconds flat. That tied the fastest legal 100 meters ever run by an Australian man on home soil. It also set a new national under-20 record. Gout Gout didn't just show up in 2026, he exploded onto the scene as the most exciting sprinter on Earth. And Bolt knows this story. He lived it. He was the teenager the whole planet watched. He carried massive pressure before he could even vote. So when Gout's name started blowing up, Bolt took notice. He already called him Young Me. That's the biggest compliment one sprinter can give another. But in April 2026, at a big watch event in Geneva, Switzerland, CNN Sports sat down with Bolt. They asked him straight up about this 18-year-old Australian.
Bolt didn't stop there. He kept talking. That's not just a quote you skip past. That's Bolt showing everyone exactly what almost wrecked his own career. He's begging the world to help Gout Gout avoid the same trap. Back in 2002, a 15-year-old Bolt stood on the track at the World Junior Championships in Kingston, Jamaica. He won the 200 meters in front of 36,000 roaring fans in his own country. He became the youngest male World Junior Champion ever. He was just 15 years and 333 days old. No male sprinter that good had ever been that young. The whole world went wild. Sponsors came running. A new hero was born in Jamaica. Then the trouble started. Kingston's social scene pulled at him. Fast food, parties, basketball. He became a national hero before his body even finished growing up. His coaches fought hard to keep him on track. Then he stepped onto the Pro Diamond League circuit. It hit him like a truck. Everyone expected a legend. Instead, he lost. Bolt described that pain himself in the CNN interview.
Not one single race. Even after becoming the youngest World Junior Champ in history, even with talent nobody had seen before, the circuit crushed him flat. He only made it through because he found the right people around him, the right coaches, the right discipline, the right setup. That's the real reason he went on to win 8 Olympic gold medals. That's how he became the fastest man to ever live. He survived the danger zone. Most young stars never do. And that's exactly the warning Bolt is giving Gout Gout right now. This isn't Bolt being harsh. He's handing over the map to the exact minefield he once walked through. He's saying, watch every step. The similarities between Bolt and Gout Gout don't stop at one quote. Their careers are matching up move for move, race for race. Bolt won gold in the 200 meters at the World Junior Championships in Kingston back in 2002 at just 15 years old. That single win launched his entire career. It proved he wasn't just fast for his age, he was simply fast, period. Now, in August 2026, Gout Gout will step onto the track at Hayward Field in Eugene, Oregon for the World Athletics Under-20 Championships. He's the top pick to win the 200 meters. He even skipped the Commonwealth Games in Glasgow just to be there. That's the same bold, focused move Bolt made at this exact same stage. If Gout wins in Oregon, he becomes the first Australian man ever to win a sprint gold at the Junior World Championships. He'll be walking the same path Bolt walked, same launch pad. But first, he has to get through Oslo. On June 10, 2026, Gout Gout makes his Diamond League debut at the Bislett Games in Norway. He'll race Letsaile Tebogo of Botswana, the current Olympic 200-meter champion. Tebogo has already said Gout could become one of the greatest athletes ever. Now these two will face off on track and field's biggest pro stage, and Bolt's own past tells us exactly what's coming.
The pro circuit isn't a school meet, it's not some local Australian championship, it's a pack of wolves. And Bolt knows exactly what it feels like to walk in and get torn apart before finding his footing. But Bolt's warning goes even deeper than just protecting one teenager. Track and field itself is fighting to keep its fans. The sport lost its biggest star the moment Bolt retired after the 2017 World Championships. Crowds shrank, the energy faded. Bolt talked about this openly in Geneva. He said fans tell him straight to his face that they stopped watching once he left. He's now calling on the sport to find fresh ways to pull people back in.
Gout might be the answer to that exact problem. He's got the personality, he's got the story. He's the Australian teen who ran 19.67 seconds, growing up in Ipswich, just 40 kilometers from Brisbane. And Brisbane is hosting the 2032 Olympics. Gout will be 24 years old by then. That's peak sprinting age. He could be racing in front of his home crowd on the world's biggest stage. So this isn't just about one race or one record. It's about winning back a whole generation of fans who haven't fallen in love with this sport yet. Bolt sees all of it. That's why his warning isn't small talk. He's protecting something track and field desperately needs. And he added one more thing while in Geneva.
That's a lesson Bolt paid a hard price to learn. He lived through it. Now he's passing it forward. Speaking in Geneva back in April 2026, Bolt told CNN Sports something clear. Gout needs the right people around him. The pro circuit will shock him. Distractions are coming, guaranteed. Bolt knows this because he was once 15 and felt unstoppable too. Right now, Gout Gout holds a blazing 19.67 seconds on the clock. He owns the world under-20 record. He's got a Diamond League debut waiting in Oslo, a World Junior Championship coming up in Oregon, and eventually the 2032 Games in the very city where he grew up. His path looks unstoppable, but there's one thing that could still stop him, the same thing that nearly stopped Bolt. Wrong people, wrong distractions, a slow drift away from the track. Bolt just handed Gout the map to avoid it all. What Gout does next will decide everything. The pro circuit isn't a school meet, it's not some local Australian championship, it's a pack of wolves. And Bolt knows exactly what it feels like to walk in and get torn apart before finding his footing. But Bolt's warning goes even deeper than just protecting one teenager. Track and field itself is fighting to keep its fans. The sport lost its biggest star the moment Bolt retired after the 2017 World Championships. Crowds shrank, the energy faded. Bolt talked about this openly in Geneva. He said fans tell him straight to his face that they stopped watching once he left. He's now calling on the sport to find fresh ways to pull people back in.